Blog Talk Radio.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
About time, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Lee Houston of WrestleTracks. I finally got a hold of David Burton. Y'all know dang well it's very difficult getting a hold of David. So I hope you guys enjoy him. First of all, he's not available every Thursday, so getting a hold of David Burton takes a lot. So I hope you guys enjoy David Burton on Thursday nights. So God willing. Not every Thursday, every other Thursday. You get the point. It takes a lot to get a hold of David Burton. Hang on a second. My Alexa app is tripping. Alexa, stop. Y'all, excuse me one second. My Alexa app is tripping. Everything's crazy around here. But David Burton on Thursday nights, when we can, y'all enjoy because it's very difficult to get a hold of him. But we got him. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. How about the news about Money in the Bank is coming to London, England? The O2 Arena. Money in the Bank 2023. London, England. At the beginning of the show here, I was going to go all the way to New York and suplex your tail a bunch of times. That's all right. Yeah, but as I mentioned a second ago, WWE announced earlier today, that Money in the Bank 2023 will be in London, England, which is going to be a first. Never done a Money in the Bank outside of the United States. So that's going to be interesting to see how well they perform in London, England. Big show, absolutely. And of course, the WWE is continuing to build up slowly towards the Royal Rumble taking place at the end of January. And also, again, WWE signing Dragon Lee, the former Ring of Honor and AAA talent. For those who have never seen Dragon Lee perform, look him up on YouTube. He is an amazing performer. Very, very good worker.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Right. I have my Bluetooth on. Probably why you can hear me. But anyway, also we got to talk about it. It happened technically last night. This morning. This morning from I want to say 3 to 7. New Japan's WrestleKingdom and New Year's Dash.
Oh yeah.
Now, David,
and they do a pretty good number.
Excuse me here. You being a New Japan guy, why in the world they come on early in the morning over there in Japan?
Because of the time difference. You know, they air in the United States on their time. Similar to how WWE's Saudi shows, they air at 12 noon. Well, New Japan, they air at 3 a.m. It was strange seeing a New Japan show knowing that Antonio Inoki had passed away.
Yeah.
It's very, very strange to watch a WrestleKingdom without Antonio Inoki. And that was his night. That was his show. And it wasn't the same, to be honest. Don't get me wrong. It was an amazing show. But to watch the show and not have an appearance by him wasn't the same.
And now, Of all the matches on the card, what's your favorite match on the card?
Well, I would have to say the Okada versus Jay White match, the main event of the show. Okada winning the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship for the second time, defeating Jay White. And for those who don't know, WWE's Carl Anderson participated on the show. AEW's Kenny Omega participated on the show. Carl Anderson, who lost the never openweight championship to Tama Tonga. Kenny Omega, who defeated Will Ospreay to win the IWGP United States Championship for the second time. Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi defeated FTR to win the IWGP Tag Team titles. Kairi Sane defeated Tam Nakano to retain the IWGP Women's Championship. And immediately right after the match, we've seen the debut of Sasha Banks, who now calls herself Mercedes Money. She attacked Kairi Sane, and she announced that she will challenge Kairi Sane at their next pay-per-view next month, on the 18th of February. Man, did you see her new look and the way her hair was?
Later on, yeah. Cause unlike some people, I'm trying to sleep.
Man.
Well, when I will
she
have
did
my
look nice.
about it.
It was an interesting look, and she did look nice. And I do know she wasn't alone. Of course, she was there with her friends, Bailey and Naomi. They were kept backstage and off camera. And I also got to bring up Catch 22 defeated Leo Rush and Yoho to win the IWGP Junior Tag Team titles. The Great Muta. That's right, the Great Muta, who's currently on his retirement tour, wrestled his final match at the Tokyo Dome. Man, Muta's going bye-bye. He teamed with Hiroshi Tanahashi and Shoho Yamamoto to defeat LH in a 6-man tag team match. Hiromu Takahashi defeated Taiji Ishimori and El Desperado Master Wato in a fatal 4-way match to become the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. I'm a little bit shocked that Muta's calling it quits right now. I thought we would see more of him at least another 3 or 4 years, but he's done. Great Muta's like, I'm done. This is it. I'm done. This is going to be my retirement tour. And once that tour is over, he's going to put away the face paint, the boots, the ring gear, and the mist forever. And now we move on to New Year's Dash 2022. And I'll tell you what, New Year's Dash was a much shorter show than WrestleKingdom. WrestleKingdom, as good as it was. But anyway, let's go into the New Year's Dash show. Of course, there was the new team of TMDK. They defeated Chaos in a 6-man tag match. LIJ was defeated by Shiro Yamamoto, Togi Makabe, and Risuke Taiji in an 8-man tag match. The GOD, the Guerrillas of Destiny, defeated Bullet Club. Shinjo Takahashi defeated Sho, and Great Khan and Toru Yano in a fatal four-way. And last but not least, Kazuchika Okada teamed with Kenny Omega to defeat United Empire in a tag team match. Pretty much it for New Year's Dash. As I mentioned, WWE, they're bringing Money in the Bank to London. Of course, SmackDown's tomorrow night. The Usos will defend the tag team titles against both Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. Ricochet will face Top Dollar in a Royal Rumble qualifying match. Gunther will defend the Intercontinental Championship against Braun Strowman. That match will take place on the 13th of January. As I mentioned, Dragon Lee has signed with the WWE. I'm interested to see if he's going to go straight to NXT or straight to the main roster. And they have to start building towards the Royal Rumble. There's no matches. There's no participants. Gotta say congratulations to Shelton Benjamin, who celebrated 20 years as a pro wrestler. WWE biography. He's going to return this season 3. That's going to take place on February the 19th. Well, there is one match made for the Royal Rumble. Technically 3. You have both men and women's Royal Rumble matches. Bray Wyatt will face LA Knight in the first ever pitch black match, whatever that is. I have no clue what that match is or what that's going to be all about. A pitch black match.
I'm assuming, literally, what it says, will shut the lights off throughout the whole arena, spotlights, and that's it.
You might mostly be right, but a match in the dark. I can't see that.
Wait a minute. We did this years ago, 2001, I believe, on SmackDown. The Rock and somebody. It was lights out, man.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying matches haven't taken place in the dark. We've seen stranger things happen in the WWE. I remember there was an episode of Raw in 2006, and during the first hour of Raw, they lost power and had to do the entire first hour of Raw in the dark.
I remember that. It was like right after the introduction, like right after the intro of the show. They did the pyro.
Yeah, I thought it was.
And
it was
screen
strange.
went out.
It cut off right after the pyro went off.
Yeah.
I thought it was part of the show until we come to find out it was not part of the show.
Yep.
Or what about that WWE pay-per-view in 1996? They had it in your house in South Carolina. Of course, they had a very, very severe thunderstorm. They lost power, and part of the pay-per-view got cut off, and they had to redo the pay-per-view 2 nights later, and it was the only time that WWE's ever done a pay-per-view in South Carolina, and they haven't gone back to South Carolina since.
Wait a minute. That's interesting. You're telling me, what year was that again?
It wasn't in your house in 1996.
Okay, so 96. We're talking 20-some years later. They haven't been in South Carolina since.
They haven't done a pay-per-view in South Carolina since.
Oh, pay-per-view. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And you got to remember, 1996 is pretty much a long time ago.
Oh, yeah, I remember. In fact, everybody knows that little dinosaur Barney. I was coming off being a Barney fan and turned to wrestling. Because I found out that dude, this dude in the suit. And I flipped through the channels, and boom, WCW Monday Nitro was on. I became a wrestling fan from that day forward.
Yeah, Nitro was a pretty cool show for a little while.
Yeah.
But 1996 was a long time ago. And speaking of a long time, Raw's 30th anniversary is going to be coming at the end of January. Can you believe 30 years that show has been on?
Yes, sir.
30 years is a long time.
Now, for all my people's brains are stuck in the gutter, no, yes, you see the triple X's. No, it's not what you think it is. Some people tripping about that.
Oh, it's not that big of an issue, in my personal opinion. I like the logo personally.
I know. Some people be tripping. Like, bro, it's not what you think it is. It's like WrestleMania 30, the XXX. All it is will be 30. That's it.
You know, I got to talk about Mandy Rose for a second. The woman just made
of course you would.
$1 million on her fan time account. And I was telling somebody this yesterday. I hope, if this woman is smart, I hope that she saves her money. And the reason I say that, because she can't keep doing that forever. She's going to get older, and people are not going to get interested anymore.
Wait a minute.
And Father Time kept. Come on, let's. All I'm saying is, everybody's different. Everybody's body changes differently over time as you get older, and I don't care who you are. Father Time catches up to you, and she can't do that forever. So that's why I'm saying I hope she saves her money, because she's not coming back to the WWE. And to be honest, I don't think she's even going to come back to wrestling.
Yeah, point there.
Because she's continuing to do the same thing that got her fired in the first place. So that's why I said what I said. So I hope she saves her money and does something different.
To counter that, I would like to point out a few things. I normally won't bring this up, but I have no other alternative because it popped in my mind the moment you said that, and I have to bring it up. I normally wouldn't. There's a certain adult entertainers that are 50 plus that look amazing.
Of course.
I'm not gonna say their name, but you can look it up. And I'm just saying, like certain. I would say their name, but I don't want to because my mom listens to the show. But there are certain adult entertainers that are like 50-something, 60-something, and look fine as hell.
That's exactly my point. Not everybody's going to look fine as hell at 50 or 60-something. And then at a certain age, people are just not going to want to look at you anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's be honest. People are going to get tired of looking at Mandy Rose.
So, outside of modeling, if you would want to call it that, outside of wrestling, what future is there for Mandy Rose?
I honestly don't know, unless she gets into something that can earn her some money. Then she'll be fine. As long as she saves her money and does something different, she'll be fine. Because she can't keep making all her money off her assets forever. Father Time's going to catch up to you. I mean, it's like that for every female that does something like that. For example, you look at strippers, they can't strip forever.
Got a point there.
Over time, they're going to get older, and they're going to have to stop, and they have to do something else. Why? Because they're getting older. And no one's going to want to look at you the same anymore. Once you start getting older, your body changes.
Yeah, you got a point.
For example, and my point is, again, everybody's different. You know, some people at age 50 are going to look phenomenal. Some people at age 50 are not going to look so great. Everybody's different.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you look, for example, you look at Sunny. You see how she looks now in her 40s compared to how Trish looks now in her 40s. Complete opposite, night and day.
Screw it,
Sunny
I'll say
doesn't
it.
even look.
It's going to
My
sound
point
really
is,
messed up. But I'm going to say it anyway. It's going to sound really, really
it's
messed
true.
up. No, what I'm about to say is going to sound really messed up. But I'm going to say it anyway.
Oh boy.
Trish Stratus, after all these years, looks delicious.
I ain't messed up. That's a compliment. The fact that she still looks great, and people like Tori Wilson and Ivory, clearly them girls have been taking care of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, not everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, while I have this in my hand, I want to share this with you. The Sinister Minister James Mitchell and the Impaler will be in the house at the Big Horror event Saturday, March 11th from 10 p.m. to 4 p.m. at the LaGuardia Hotel in Queens, New York. Your home, your neck of the woods, by the way. You can get $40 dual tickets, $40 dual photo ops, $60 combo. You more information 908-839-2692 for more information.
That's right. All the names will be announced for that signing overtime, and I think they were the first two names announced. Of course, those two currently working for the NWA, the National Wrestling Alliance, and their pay-per-view will be sometime next month. Of course, AEW, their pay-per-view is going to be Revolution. And MJF is at it again. He always does this. Every time somebody wants to get their hands on him and wrestle him in a match, he always has to come up with some stipulation for somebody to jump through hoops. And now Bryan Danielson has to win every single match up until Revolution in order to get his match with MJF for the AEW title. I mean, if you remember Cody Rhodes, he had to go through getting 10 lashes, and he had to go through facing Wardlow in a steel cage match. And then you had Chris Jericho, who had to wrestle, I think, about 7 or 8 matches or something like that in order to get MJF. And now Bryan Danielson has to wrestle. Well, every match Bryan Danielson has from now to Revolution, he has to win.
Wow, that's a whole lot on the line, man.
And Bryan Danielson agreed under one condition, and he said, when I win every match, our match has to be a 60-minute Iron Man match. And MJF accepted.
Yeah. I like that. Let's do the math here. My math is horrible. So, we're talking, you have to win, I'm talking about one, you have to decisively now. No qualification.
Yes.
You have to win decisively. Pinfall submission. You have to win decisively. All your matches. Can't lose one.
Yes.
That sounds familiar. Oh yeah. The what you call it? So you know I'm going with this.
I already mentioned it. That's I'm similar to what Jericho had to do.
Yeah. That's similar to label Jericho.
Right, but see, Jericho's thing was different because every match he had was a different stipulation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like he had a regular match against Kazarian. Then he had a hardcore match against Nick Gage. And then he had to face Juventud Guerrero. He had to win the match by using a move off the top rope. And then he had to wrestle one match and not use his entrance music. Of course, he still had to win that match, but he couldn't use his entrance music.
Mm-hmm.
Then he had to win a handicap match against two members of what's that group he was in, the Pinnacle.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's going to be similar to that.
And by the way, Chris Jericho did lose one of those matches.
Technically,
yeah.
No, he won every match.
Okay, so
7 labors of Jericho. He had to win all 7 matches to get MJF, and he won all 7 matches, and then he went on to beat MJF at the pay-per-view.
So now, to get MJF, Bryan Danielson has to win all his matches, and when he gets a hold of that sucker MJF, he's gonna have to go the distance, if you will. He got to do the hour.
Yep. So,
and there's very few matches in this business. Very few people can go that long. One of them, of course, Shawn and Brett. Then we got The Rock and Triple H. Then we got on the women's side, we got Sasha and somebody else.
Sasha Banks and Bayley went an Iron Man match. Of course, 2 of my favorites have to be the Kurt Angle Brock Lesnar match, and of course the Chris Benoit Triple H match.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my favorite, Shawn and Cena winning an hour.
Yeah, but that wasn't an Iron Man match. You strictly said Iron Man matches. No, Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle, that was a good Iron Man match. I didn't like the ending because the time expired, and they didn't go into sudden death overtime.
Oh yeah, I got it mixed up. Okay, yeah.
That was a real good Iron Man match. I just didn't like the ending because they never went into sudden death overtime.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as the time expired, the match ended. I was like, this is bullshit. Like, how do you end an Iron Man match this way at a tie? I believe that was the only female Iron Man. I think it was the only female Iron Man. No, it wasn't. Sasha Banks and Bayley, and Sasha Banks and Charlotte was an Iron Woman match. So Sasha Banks was in 2 Iron Man matches. One against Bayley on NXT and one against Charlotte. And I also forgot Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins for the Intercontinental title.
A lot of Iron Man matches, but the point is, this Iron Man match is going to be decisive. There's no doubt about it. That's why I love Iron Man. We're going to have a winner. We're going to have a loser.
No, to be honest, WWE didn't have a lot of Iron Man matches. We just named all of them right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about all the ones on TV. The house show ones don't count. So everyone that we just mentioned, that's all of them they had on television.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not going to count the house show matches because those are not on television. But man, they need to. It looks like they're going to start building towards the Royal Rumble. I see tomorrow they got a qualifying match. Ricochet and Top Dollar. The winner will qualify for the Royal Rumble match. Men's Royal Rumble match, by the way, not the women's. And you know they're going to have one for the men's, they got to have one for the women.
Mm-hmm.
And we're supposed to hear from the Queen, the new SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair, who returned last week and shocked the world and beat Ronda Rousey, avenging her loss in that I Quit match and becoming a 7-time SmackDown Women's Champion.
How much you want to bet that Brock Lesnar gonna throw his name in the Royal Rumble match.
Well, he's advertised to be on the show, and he's on the pay-per-view poster, so of course I expect him to be there.
I hope he don't win, but still.
To be honest, it's pretty stupid not to have him appear on the show because that's false advertisement. If the guys, see, here's the thing: when you have a poster, especially a pay-per-view poster or a movie poster, whatever the case may be, if you're on that poster, you're scheduled to participate on that show in some way, shape, or form. So since Brock Lesnar is on that pay-per-view poster, it's pretty much guaranteed he's going to be there. It's only a matter of when before the Rumble he's going to show up on Raw. To be honest, I'm surprised he didn't appear on the first Raw of 2023. I was expecting him to be on that episode's Raw, but I guess not. So I guess we're going to have to wait either this Monday or the Monday after. And Brock Lesnar is scheduled to be on Raw's 30th anniversary special as well. Of course, every wrestler from both brands will appear on his 30th anniversary special. So everybody from Ronda Rousey to Roman Reigns and the Bloodline to Brock Lesnar to Bobby Lashley and Charlotte Flair and everybody else in between are going to be at this show. Of course, there'll be appearances from legends and Hall of Famers. So, yeah. I'm actually looking forward to it to see how well they do the show. And hopefully they do it much better than Raw 25. Now, what I disagree with is that they're not doing Raw's 30th anniversary in New York City, which is the city where the first Raw took place.
Center in the Manhattan Center?
Yes, the Manhattan Center, but Manhattan Center is too small for such a big extravagant. It's too small for a big extravaganza like that. Yeah. As long as they would have been in New York, they would have been fine. But no New York for Raw 30s.
I mean, you could have had it anywhere in New York. You could have you could have the anniversary show at the Garden, for God's sake.
There you go. Absolutely.
That would be an incredible show. But no New York.
Well, I blame Vince for that. Of course, that was done before Vince retired.
Well, we got time. We got time to that point. Can they move it back? Can they take it to New York? Can they change? Can they change something?
No, not now. I think it's a little too late for that. We're already in January.
Huh.
No, normally when they book shows at venues, they're done months and months in advance. So all those shows were done prior to Vince retiring.
Yeah.
So that's how that is. And I don't know who's starting these rumors of Vince wanting to return and all this other nonsense. Vince needs to sit his old ass down and stay retired. If nobody wants you back, Vince, a lot of the talent's happy.
Now, what I would do, I would keep him busy with small stuff. Keep him busy though.
That's true. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's still technically an owner of the company, so that'll never go away.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of him running the everyday business end and being the chairman, those days are over since he retired. But he's still very much an owner.
He's a majority stock owner. Speaking of stock, right now, I'm looking at their stock right now because I have a stock in there as well. You can also buy it through Cash App. Go to Cash App.
That's true.
app right here on the home screen.
Bitcoin.
And you click on the home page right here, click on stocks, type in WWE. Right now I'm sitting at I got so scared when I signed up, I invested $1. So I was so scared. And I got $1.57 in there. It's up $2.45 for all my stock people. It's not bad.
That's a good thing. You're up $2.45. I know someone who put $5.
Yeah.
Who knows? I might put $5 and see what happens. But that's a story for another time.
Now I'm so scared. I'm filling out the thing. I got so scared. This is 2020. Yes, that infamous year, 2020. So I got so scared. I put in $1. See what happens.
Interesting.
Oh yeah.
What about sports? I almost forgot to mention Sports Illustrated naming their top 10 wrestlers of the year. And I gotta say, congratulations to WWE's own Seth Rollins being Sports Illustrated #1 wrestler of 2022.
Oh wow.
So congrats to Seth Rollins.
I'll beat Roman this year. Wow.
Well, Roman won it last year. This year was Seth Rollins. And it's interesting how the two former Shield members won it back to back.
Well, what number was Dean Ambrose?
Honestly, I don't remember. I know he was in the top 10. He might have been 5.
Ooh, that's not too bad.
Yeah, I only looked at the thing once. But, the important thing is who's number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Who's number 1? Last year was Roman Reigns. This year it's Seth Rollins. And, of course, the former Sasha Banks, who's now going as Mercedes Money.
M-O-N-E.
Yes. New Japan Pro Wrestling. And she also announced that she will also be working Stardom shows. For those who don't know, Stardom is an all-women's pro wrestling company that's in Japan. And they currently have a working relationship with New Japan Pro Wrestling. So you're going to see Stardom females participating in New Japan shows and vice versa, competing over the IWGP Women's title. Now those shows are hard to come by, or very hard to find and watch.
Mm-hmm.
And they have some good talent, by the way. For example, Saray, who's currently on NXT, she's a former Stardom wrestler. AEW's Hikaru Shida, who's also from Stardom. And, of course, Kairi Sane, who also spent time in Stardom. Who's currently the IWGP Women's Champion. Former WWE Women's Tag Team Champion along with Asuka. So, she has a new name, got it trademarked, and she's now known as Mercedes Money. And I'm still going to say this. I honestly feel that she's going to return to the WWE someday. Without question. Just like I said, Chris Jericho will in fact return to WWE, and he's going to end his career in WWE unless something happens that causes him to retire.
Mm-hmm. Well, until then, they're AEW, New Japan bound, respectively.
Yep. And of course, this year, AEW is supposed to release their first ever console video game. Of course, we all know it's AEW Fight Forever, which is supposed to release later on this year, as is WWE's 2K23, which is still in the early stages of development. AEW's Fight Forever, on all intents and purposes, that game should have been finished already.
Mm-hmm.
That game should have been finished, and it's still not done.
Yes,
and it makes me say, like, what are you guys doing wrong? Of course, the people that was heavily involved with the No Mercy video game from 2000 are currently involved with the AEW video game, so they want to do this game and make it as good as possible for these home next generation consoles.
Mm.
You know what? I actually look forward to playing the game since it's going to be similar to No Mercy. Something like that in this day and age should be very, very interesting.
Mm. Well, in the meantime,
as I mentioned before,
we got to go ahead and wrap it up because the sleeping bills kicking in. But first, we got to take care of a little business first. That's brought to you by Back of the More LLC. Back of the More LLC. They put the D in delivery. You have a CDL license, you can drive trucks, you want more information, 888-712-2587 or 817-204-7259. We got backup.com, and ladies and gentlemen, very soon at WrestleTracks.com, I'm gonna give you a code, save some money, and you can you know what? I'm feeling a little bit generous. I'll give it to Valentine's Day. You got 2 months of savings. You got right now. You got till February of Valentine's Day. And speaking of Valentine's Day, if you have a picture of your ex whoever, ex baby, ex girlfriend, ex boyfriend, ex sugar mama, ex sugar daddy, ex whoever, any kind of version of the ex that you can come up with. If you can if you buy some wings, right? From
what is it, Hooters?
Yeah, from Hooters. You buy some wings from Hooters, right? Shred your picture of your ex. You get another round of wings for free. And all you got to do to get the other round of wings for free is shred your ex. Take that picture, shred it. It's over, and you get another round of wings for free. Valentine's Day.
Now that's pretty cool, and of course, they've been doing this for a couple of years now, and it's a good bargain and a good deal. And I love Hooters; their wings are off.
Now we gotta tell you that picture needs to be an appropriate picture, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing special for him, special for her. A decent picture of your ex. Shred that sucker. You get another round of wings for free. With a purchase.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So one more time. I want everybody. We had over the years we have misunderstandings. So I want to make this very clear. Buy the wings first. Okay. With the purchase of wings, bring a decent picture of your ex to get the next round of wings for free. Then you get another round of wings for free. Once you shred a picture of your ex, you get another round of wings for free. So we're clear on that.
That's right. Absolutely. That's why you have to make sure that there are a decent picture.
No special pictures of whatever. None of that. A decent picture that's presentable, that you can shred with no problem. And then tell that homeboy, tell the homegirl it's over. When you shred that picture, you get free wings.
Basically, no Mandy Rose type photos.
Say again?
I said no Mandy Rose type photos.
Exactly. You gotta be a decent picture. They gotta see it first. Then shred it. Yeah, free wings with the purchase of regular wings. And it's all good. We gotta get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great night. Thank you so much for joining us. I've been trying to get David Burton on time, Mr. Burton, next Thursday on Wrestling Tracks. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Take care, people.